No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 38. Dixie, 9:47 a.m. Jerald and Mr. Cheeky Pie's task of finding Kenny Kookaburra, Paula Pigeon, and Robert and Rosie Rosella was greatly facilitated with help from Balloony, though even our non-permeable, helium-filled, sentient, telepathic, shape-shifting friend's ability was greatly handicapped since it was dozens of kilometers away. Though Balloony's eyesight is keener than any animal's, even it couldn't see over the horizon from its ever-increasing distance from Dixie, nor could it focus to the needed degree from its location. Circumstances being what they were, Balloony was forced to flit from one animal's consciousness to another as it searched high and low for the birds of various feathers. It was the distinct laugh of the kookaburras that allowed Balloony to contact Kenny first, and it was the distinct laugh that, through trial and error, allowed it to zero in on and locate the kookaburra for whom they quested. Hundreds of animals within the savannah heard the loud and distinct call of kookaburras, and Balloony simply jumped from mind to mind until it landed within Kobe, one of Kenny's chums. Balloony, finding itself within the consciousness of Kenny's friend Kobe, telepathically introduced himself as well as Cheeky Pie and Jerald by saying, "Pardon the intrusion, my name is Balloony, and along with my chums Mr. Squirrely, Cheeky Pie, and Jerald, we're in search of our mutual friend Kenny. Any idea where he might be?" Truly shocked at this new-to-him phenomenon of telepathic communication, Kobe gasped, then demanded, "What in the name of privacy is going on here? Who's in my head, and why are you there without permission?" "Kobe," Jerald said aloud as Balloony transmitted his thoughts across the half-dozen kilometers that separated the three non-human animals, "it's Jerald and Cheeky Pie. You know us. We're chums with Kenny, and we're trying to find him. There's big trouble brewing, and we need help." "Big trouble for who?" Kobe said. "And how can I hear you when I'm up in the air? I've met a few squirrel gliders, but that's tree-to-tree stuff, not flying through the air." "I'm using telepathy, mind-to-mind contact to transmit our thoughts," Balloony said. "We haven't met, but Jerald and Cheeky are mates of mine, and they're trying to keep an invasive human species from getting a stranglehold on this part of our savannah, and we're looking for additional help in our quest." "Telepathy?" Kobe asked. "There's no such thing." "I promise there is," Cheeky said, "and that's how we're communicating. Please listen to us." Kobe grunted. "I suppose there's no harm in listening. What's going on here?" Balloony, with help from Jerald and Cheeky Pie, quickly brought Kobe up to speed concerning the approaching Brentsy via Brentsycopter and how his arrival would certainly spell doom for our telepathic friend, but additionally could easily disrupt all of Dixie and its surrounding area. Kobe remained highly suspicious, but with the trio speaking slowly and sincerely about the threat they knew Brentsy to be, the kookaburra was converted from a state of disbelief to being someone who wished to assist with the quest. Once the confusion was laid to rest, Kobe provided our heroic trio information concerning Kenny's whereabouts, and Balloony, after thanking Kobe, reached out telepathically to Kenny. As one might guess, Kenny and Balloony's conversation also began with extreme confusion and agitation on Kenny's part. But with Cheeky's and Jerald's assistance, Kenny's reaction likewise changed from one of confusion to one of ardent support for being a spy with an eye out for trouble, spelled B-R-E-N-T-Z-Y. And Kenny, like Kobe, promised to both keep his eyes and ears open as well as to enlist help from other kookaburras. This pattern of Balloony silently using the eyes and ears of many animals within the savannah surrounding Dixie was repeated as it searched for Paula Pigeon as well as Robert and Rosie Rosella. Though Big B used scores of eyes and ears in its search, telepathy came into play with only a handful of creatures in the know as the trio worked to enlist the help of others in their quest to keep Balloony safe by stopping Brentsy from finding and capturing their friend. Balloony found Robert and Rosie before Paula, and the pattern of converting the frightened recipients of telepathy from disbelief to comradeship in a shared cause proceeded, though in Robert and Rosie's case, the lovebirds went a long way in convincing one another that Balloony's cause was a just one and that they would surely stand or fly with Squirrely and Jerald, as the case may be. "Robert," Rosie Rosella said to her fella, "we've known Miss Molly Daddison Pie for the better part of the decade, and she is one squirrel with a good head on her shoulders. If she sent Mr. Squirrely and his friend Jerald out to recruit eyes in the skies, then that is exactly what we shall be. Do I make myself clear?" Well, of course you do, Robert replied obsequiously. There's that word again. I was only looking for clarification. Balloony, Cheeky Jerald, you can count on us to be on the lookout for this weed, Brency, and we'll enlist our fellow Rosellas to help as well. And you're telling me we just have to call out your name, Balloony, and to contact you. You don't even have to call my name aloud now that we've been introduced and you're on my brain dar, so to speak, Balloony replied. Shout my name either literally or mentally, and I'll know you're trying to get my attention, and I'll reply as soon as I'm able. Thank you so much for helping us. You've no idea how terrible this Brency murderer is, and I hope you never do know. We're in, dear, Rosie said. We'll help however we can. Lovely, absolutely lovely, Balloony replied. Thanks again, and we're off to find more recruits. We'll be in touch, and don't hesitate to call, it added as Jerald and Cheeky continued searching for allies who could fly in order to provide eyes in the sky.